Hi, seventh grade. I hope you had a wonderful week last week. I miss your wonderful faces, and I hope you are doing well. This week, you're going to be reading out of the Giver book, chapters 17 through 19. And we're going to be closing the book pretty soon. We're going to be coming to an end of the book, which is kind of sad because I know you all were really enjoying it. But we're going to start brainstorming for our Giver project, which is the Dystopian Society. So in this project, you're going to create your own dystopia. And you're going to be really creative with it, come up with your own name, education system, entertainment. But the key is when you're brainstorming your dystopia, remember, you want to try to disguise it as a utopia. You want to make it appear that it's a perfect society. That seems wonderful, but you got to throw some elements in there that make it actually a dystopian society. So the first thing you're going to do on this document that you see is you're going to list possible names for your dystopia. So be creative with it. I know that one of my students, named their society after me one year. They said it was Schaefer Island. I had one student that did a theme that was more centered around kitty cats. I had another student who focused it more on food. So just be creative on what kind of name you want your dystopia to be based on. It doesn't have to be based on anything. It could be just it could be a creative name. But just be creative with the name that you choose, and then highlight the one that you like the best. For the second thing, you're going to brainstorm your education system in your dystopia. So in your education system, you want to ask yourself, how are people going to be educated in your society? Do they go to schools? Do they learn information from their parents? So be brainstorming some ideas on how people in your society are going to learn. The next one is brainstorm the type of government in your dystopia. So is it a monarchy? Is it communist? So kind of brainstorm some of the government structures and types that you might want to include in your dystopia, and ask yourself these questions like, what is my government like? Who is in charge? What kind of laws do you have? So just be brainstorming those type of things when you're deciding for your government. The next one is brainstorm the type of currency. So currency meaning money. So is there any money in your society? If so, what do they use for currency? Does everyone have the same amount of money? So is there a pyramid structure? Is there lower class, middle class, upper class, or is everyone just equal? So those are things you need to brainstorm there as well. Next is one of my personal favorites is transportation. So how do people get around in your society? Do they walk, travel by hoverboard? Do they have roads or flying cars? So be creative with this one as well. We know in the Giver that their main form of transportation was either walking or by biking. And then you're going to brainstorm the type of entertainment that you're going to have in your dystopia. So what do people do for fun in your society? So what are some activities that they might be able to do? Brainstorm the type of employment in your dystopia. So you want to ask yourself, do people work in your society? What kind of jobs do they have? This kind of goes again with the pyramid structure. You can structure it where maybe there's jobs for lower class, middle class, and upper class. And then last but not least, brainstorm the type of housing in your dystopia. So where do people in your society live? Do they all live together in one big house, or do they live in family groups? What are the houses like? Or do they live in tree forts with monkey butlers? I don't know. It's up to you. It's your project. So make sure that you're brainstorming some of these ideas to kind of give you an idea for where you want your dystopia project to go as we get further and further along. So again, this is a brainstorming sheet. It doesn't mean that what you decide or click on today is going to be your final draft. It's just kind of helping you pinpoint what you want to put in your project for the later things. So I hope you have fun with this, and I hope you have a fantastic week.